Hey, do you know that you compare yourself every single day with other people around you, other people in your group, and that comparison revolves hugely around social media. And what I mean by that is if you post and get likes, you actually get a dopamine hit. And now that actually creates an addiction. So you've got two things going on here that are constantly happening. You're comparing yourself because you have a deep-rooted pattern that was probably created in the first 7-year cycle. And what I mean by that is AKA 0 to 7 years old. And at that time you'll have had an experience or experiences that you'll have had with your carer or the one that you actually loved and respected that was looking after you at that moment in time. Now, before we go any further, guys, I just want to throw something in here. It's really important that you grasp that whoever that loved one was didn't realise what they were doing. And along a similar vein, if you're a parent or a carer and realised that you've done what I'm going to explain to your children, then don't beat yourself up. Because you only begin to get an understanding of all this stuff when you listen to a video from somebody like me or some content around the same subject. So just relax and just take this on board, and what we can do from today, from this moment, is understand it for going forward. So let's get back to those experiences. So when you were young, what happens is you've been pre-programmed. And this is how simple it can be to where it's now running your life. Your mum or somebody similar in your life says out loud, just look at what that woman over there is wearing. God, it's awful. I wouldn't been seen dead out in that. So there you have it. You, as a child, have just been pre-programmed, and you start now to create a belief that you have to dress in a certain manner to please your mum, or she will begin to think the same of you in what she's just said. And what happens then in the second couple of cycles of your life, that's 7 to 14 and 14 to 21, you start to have experiences that actually compound that belief. And if you don't know what I'm meaning, just think about it. It only takes a look from others in your social group or at school or wherever you are. It only takes people to look at you, and that triggers you into believing that they're actually looking at you and thinking exactly what your mum said all those years ago. Because you see, what's happened, you've been patterned subconsciously and you've not realised it. And what I'm going to say now is, hey, it's no issue. We're all exactly the same. So am I. The only reason I know about this stuff is because I've healed and reprogrammed, which I'll come into a bit later. But all I'm wanting to say is now you've been pre-programmed, and let's zoom forward to today in this fast social media world. You want people to like what you wear. In fact, you really want them to like your period. So you begin to post. You start to begin this false image of who you are, because you may not actually dress and put yourself out there how you really want to be, because the pattern is how you think mum wants you to look like and be. So there you have it again. You've created this false image. You start putting it out, and every time you get likes and a reaction, you get a dopamine hit. So what then happens is you're constantly looking, and the more hits you get, the more likes you get. Boom, addiction. Hey, and if you don't believe me, just switch your phone off for a few days. And I will repeat that. Switch your phone off for a few days, even a day, maybe hours. Now, while you're actually considering that suggestion, there's voices now coming into your head. Oh, can't do that. because somebody may want to contact me. I don't have a watch, so how will I know what time it is? I might miss an important call about work. And you know what? On and on and on it goes. Because now the logical mind has stepped in, because what that wants to do is keep you safe, and it thinks you're safe by getting that dopamine. So what it does is it wants you to get more, and it doesn't want you to turn the phone off. It wants you to get that good feeling. Now, with all that said, yes, you can heal, you can reprogram, and there's various ways of doing that. You can talk to somebody like me. In fact, you can go to my website, stephenbones.com. If you get a call in to do so, you can enter your name and email, and then I'll contact you. And absolutely free of charge, we can dig deeper and have a chat about this stuff and go from there. Or you can try this book. I've posted the link below, and it's what to say when you talk to yourself. What to say when you talk to yourself. And read it a couple of times through. And if you put into practice what it advises, your journey of change has begun. Your transformation has begun, because, you know, this is just one small experience that you had, 0 to 7, and you've got hundreds of them. And it's a case of starting to work through them and begin the healing. So whatever you do, if you just want to comment below, let me have your thoughts. And if you want to subscribe as well, that's great, because I will be posting other stuff like this that actually runs your life. And it does it without you realising it, because it's all happened subconsciously. And it's amazing when you start to find this stuff out. So I really want to thank you for listening to me. And again, subscribe, press the bell, and when anything else comes out, which should be once a week, you can pick this stuff up. So wherever you are in the world, hey, take care and have a great day. Bye for now.